What's good? It's your professional problem child back at it with another video. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe, join the Problem Children Mafia, because we fun, So today we're going to be watching a video about a girl who got her stepmom pregnant. A girl who got her stepmom pregnant. She just had better been transgender. Okay. I don't even know. Let's just get in a video because that's the only thing I can think of that a female could get another female pregnant. But
My name is Sabrina, and I'm 18 years old. And I wanted to tell you the story about how I got my father's wife pregnant. I know, you likely don't believe me, or you're probably wondering how I could do that. How did a girl get another girl pregnant? Or why would she do that? I promise, I will tell you everything. But I must start from the very beginning for you to understand it at all. This all began when my mother died. She was in the hospital due to cancer. When she found out that she had it, it was too late to do anything, and all we could do was wait for her to pass away. I remember it all. She was in so much pain, and all I could do was watch. It was gut-wrenching for me, especially because I was a girl who needed her mother. After she died, it was only me and my father. No one else. He and I would spend a lot of time together. We played together, and he took me on father-daughter.
Yo, I'm not gonna cap. All these animations, all the girls look the same. I just realized that. But the rest of them were too. But she kind of thick. I like that.
Dates. Everything was perfect until she came into our lives. Then it all burned and went to crap. 2 years after my mom passed away, my father, Liam, told me that he fell in love with a woman and wanted to marry her. This woman was his secretary that they met at his business.
That was when his wife was alive. Them two is probably getting at it in the back of the workstation. That's gay, but still.
Her name was Leanne. I was shocked when I found out that they were dating. He was 50 and she was only 25. That's disgusting. She wasn't much older than me, after all. But that isn't even the worst part. Leanne was evil. Whenever I wanted to go out with my friends, she would say no. Or she'd make...
Who the fuck is she? You don't... Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because I know my stepmom's probably watching this. I love you. But when I lived with you, I didn't ask you anything because I knew you were going to say no. I mean, it depended on what it was. But, I knew, if I was can I go to Simon's? I knew you would have said no. That's why I always ask my dad. But, for real, who the fuck is she? Why are you asking this woman instead of your father? She's not even your birth giver. If you know she's going to say no, why are you asking her?
Me clean up every part of the house, even her clothes and her underwear. She would scream at me if I cooked wrong or didn't do what she wanted. Sometimes, when I was at school, she stole my clothes and jewelry and never gave it back to me. Leanne would also hit me if I spoke to her. When my father was around, she would pretend she was a sweet stepmom, but when he was gone, she would take off her mask and show me the truth. Trust me when I say that Leanne...
Bro, I'm that type of kid. If my stepmom was evil to me, then I'd probably, hide a camera in the house and then, show my dad. But she was never mean. So that's why I can't really, put me in the place of her and actually say something. Because my stepmom was actually pretty nice. It's just some things she would just say no to. But, I didn't ever get mad. I'd probably be like, okay. And I'll ask again later, one of them kids.
Leanne was a horrible woman. Then my birthday came along. I was so excited to have a day full of fun and presents. That day, I was supposed to receive a nice, quiet party with my friends and boyfriend, but she ruined everything. She canceled my party and made sure my friends didn't come at all. She said, "Don't you know?" "Don't I know what?" I asked, confused. What did she mean? "You're not allowed to have a party here," she said, smirking at me as she twirled a blonde curl in between her red-painted nails. In that moment, I knew she was a real witch. I
don't care how old this motherfucker is. She is 25. Baby girl is 18. That's a 7 years age gap. If my stepmom was 7 years older than me, I'ma smack the shit out of you. I don't care. Like, who are you? You acting like you're my sister. You're literally my sister. Who are you to say that I can't throw a party? My dad said I can do it. I'ma do it. And then she cancels it. I'ma put it back up. I'm a bad kid. Why do you think this is the problem, Children Mafia? Like, why do you think I'm the leader? I'm not just gonna settle. Oh, she canceled me party. Wham wham. No, I'm gonna get up and call everybody back. Like, it was just a misunderstanding, you know. Make that motherfucker mad. Turn my music up on 100. Like, come on now.
It would be that awful, right? But it's my birthday, I argued. Oh well, she shrugged as she rolled her eyes. I said no. I didn't listen to her that day. Why would I? This was supposed to be my birthday, and she was destroying everything that
You better motherfucking go, girl, because I was just saying that. I was just saying that. Go ahead with your bad self.
I wanted. So I made sure to invite my boyfriend. When my partner Elias came, she grabbed him by the collar and kicked him out. She yelled at him, "You're never allowed in here. I'll call the cops if you return." Because of that, my boyfriend started calling her Witchzilla. Leanne was not only terrible to me, but to my boyfriend. She made sure that he and I could never be happy.
Hold on. I'm the type of person, like, when I do stuff that I know is wrong, I'll do it blatantly in front of you. And, like, a lot of people say that. A lot of people know that. But, like, if it was something like this, like, for me to throw a party after somebody who thinks they're relevant to my life tells me that I can't, and I try to throw it at the house and they're like, no, bye, I would throw it somewhere else. I'd probably call my best friend and like, can you have a couple hundred people over, you know? But and if not, I can always go to my Uncle Keith, cause he always throwing parties and stuff. I could slide through his crib and get everybody there, and he got a big house too. Like, I got ways around, baby.
So one day, when Elias and I were talking, he said, "I have a plan to get rid of Witchzilla." "What is it?" I asked, curious as to what he meant. "Please understand that Witchzilla was horrific and treated me like a maid. She was never nice to me, and my father did nothing to help. I needed to take this matter into my own hands. I would do anything to get rid of her and make sure that she would never hurt me again. If you were in my shoes, I know that you would do the same exact thing, so please don't judge me."
I would too, but like I said, I would also throw up a camera so that my dad could see the way that his wife is treating me is not okay. And then I feel like my dad would probably get pissed if I did smack the crap out of a bitch that he was married to. But I would not care. Cause like, get your bitch. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Me. "We need to get her pregnant," Elias said, explaining the whole plan to me. I nodded and told him that I was in. I would do whatever he asked me to do as long as she was out of my life. We planned that we would do this when my father was going to be gone for 2 weeks for business. He would be traveling those days, so he shouldn't be back. Elias and I decided that that would be the best time to attack. There would be nobody around except for me and Leanne. When he's gone, I'll give Witchzilla a hypnotic juice that would make her fall asleep. And when she falls into a deep sleep, I'll go into her bedroom and use a syringe full of my boyfriend's semen. Eventually, that should do the trick.
No, you can't call your stepmom evil. That's evil right there. That's the definition of evil, okay? That's when I'm so serious. Like, I do this sometimes with my own house because my dad be like, do this, la 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 la. And I'm not gonna cap. Like, sometimes I just don't do it. And that's what, like, I would do. Like, if my dad was harder on me than what he is now, and he'd be like, you gotta clean the whole house. You can't go out with your friends or nothing like that. Like, I'm not like everyone punishment. I can't really, I don't go out because I don't want to. But, like, I definitely can if I ask. But when it comes to my dad or whatever, like, if he was like, what's the name? Witchella? If he was like that, I would definitely go 100% on strike, like, period. Like, I'd be in my room all day, and the only part of the house that would be clean is my room because I don't like filthy rooms.
If we got her pregnant, we could tell my father that she was cheating on him and that we had proof to show him. It sounds like the perfect plan, right? Well, it should have been, but not everything works out the way it should be.
It's so many different things that could have went wrong, and I'm just gonna say what I think might have happened. So either she tried to inject baby girl and she woke up, which is gross. Like, oh my god, just imagine your stepdaughter in between your legs. Like, I'll be mortified. And then like say that her dad and her stepmom was having sex, or she was already pregnant, but say her stepmom and her dad was having sex, and they was already expecting to have a baby, or they were planning to have a baby, and they just was like, it's my kid. Now you gotta wait an extra 9 months and then ask for a freaking fraternity test, go on the freaking Murray show. You are not the father.
Anyways, the night came. The time Elias and I said we would finish the plan. Around day that night, Witch Alice started screaming at me, asking for a drink, so I took this as my chance. I left her the hypnotic juice on the table.
No, first of all, I would have just poisoned the bitch. I'm sorry, but like, you gotta go. You gotta go. I would have like made it like look like a suicide or something, and I'm like 100% capable of that. You know, fellow suicidal over here. But wait, did that make sense? I don't know, but still. Like I would have had to kill her. I'm not gonna cap.
I thought that would be enough for her to drink it, and everything would be okay. Boy, was I so wrong. I went to my room to look for the syringe when I heard the door open, and my father saying, "Honey, I'm home. The trip was canceled, so I'm back." Oh no, he wasn't supposed to be back. I walked back into the living room and saw that my father drank the juice and was sleeping on the couch, snoring loudly. I tiptoed towards the cup and saw that it was completely empty. He drank it all. What do I do now? I took this as the chance to see Witella's room. When I got there, she was asleep on her bed. I took this chance to inject her with the syringe, but as I was doing it, she began to shift and move. As I finished injecting her, she woke up and screamed when she saw me. "What are you doing? Get away from me, you rat," Witella said, pushing me away from her. "Tell me what you were doing right now." I widened my eyes and told her the truth. I told her everything. Leanne began crying, sobbing when I told her what I did. She ran out of the room and told my father everything, who looked at me with disappointment. He asked me, "How could you do something like that? She's your stepmom."
Hold on, wait a minute. So that means your stepmom is having your boyfriend kid, number one. Number two, you couldn't just have your boyfriend hitting on your stepmom, because then she's like triple guilty, you know? And why would you even say that? I would have been like, I'm just watching you, you know, watching how you sleep. Like, on some creepy stuff to make her feel uncomfortable. But like, go ahead telling the truth and stuff.
"I hate her," I said, shrugging. It was the truth. She was the absolute worst, and I wanted her out of my life. She ruined everything. She's not a good person. As I spoke, my father shook his head at me, sighing. "I can't believe you were this horrible of a girl, Sabrina. I need you out of my house, right now." "But Dad," I said, yelling.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. How can you put your wife or your husband over your daughter? Like, I really don't like when people do that. Like, what be wrong? Like, that's your blood. You know what I mean? Like, people are stupid sometimes. Like, how do you do that to your own blood? Like, that she came out of your nutsack. Like, you feel that type of way? Like, you're mad because your bitch is crazy and your daughter's even crazier? Boy, bye. Like I said, I would have just poisoned the bitch because...
"I'm your daughter." No. No daughter of mine would do something like that. "You have an hour to pack your bags and go, or I'm calling the cops," my father said, shaking his phone in front of my face. He stared at me with harsh eyes. There was no love in them, only hatred. "Go! Now." "Okay," I said, as I went up to my room to pack my bags. My heart hurt as I packed my clothes, tears forming themselves in my eyes. My father was kicking me out, and it was all Witchella's fault. He chose her over me. How could he do that to me? I sighed as I grabbed my things and left the house. Where do I go? I called my boyfriend and told him everything.
I was about to say, if she don't call her boyfriend, she fucking dumb. Like, you think I'm gonna be homeless with a boyfriend? No. No, because if I'm going out with your ass, I'm going out with your ass. And if I'm homeless, you gonna take me in. Just as if you're homeless, I'm gonna take you in. Like, I'm not just no, that's not how this works. This is a fucking two-way street. And it was your idea. It's your fault I was what's that word? I'm homeless or I got in trouble or whatever. It's your fault because it was your idea. You got me into this mess. Now you're going to help me get out of it. Period.
Happened. He told me to stay where I was because he was going to come pick me up. So I waited for him. Elias picked me up in his usual red car and took me home with him. He said,
Sorry for the weird out of nowhere stopping. I was recording and my aunt came by and touched my phone and it ended up messing up. But anyways, la di da di da, she's in with her boyfriend and she wants to know if she's doing the right thing or if she did the right thing. I really don't remember, nor do I care. But let's get this video wrapped up. You know what I mean? Fuck what she had to say at the end. It wasn't important anyway. It was just 39 seconds. So yeah, it really, really, really could have been worse. So much worse. But anyways, you got your mom pregnant by your boyfriend. Now, your boyfriend's going to have a kid. Your boyfriend's going to be like, that's my firstborn. But I don't know my firstborn because bitch that I got pregnant ended up taking the baby from me. How would that even work, to be honest? I'm just saying stuff. If I was married to somebody and then I got pregnant by somebody else, but I didn't know, you know, what would happen in this situation if the person that got me pregnant wanted to be a part of the kid's life? And I'm like, you're not the dad. We go on the Murray show and they're like, you are the father. And then I'm sitting there like, how? I don't remember having with you. What's going on, you know? How would that work? Somebody that knows somebody that went through this situation or somebody that is going through this situation, tell me how that worked. Would you even get a fraternity test? I feel like if I get pregnant by somebody and they be like, I'm not the dad, then you're not the dad. Get out. Bye. No test. Goodbye. But that's it for today's video because we are going over 20 minutes. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe, join the Problem Children Mafia and all that good stuff. But bye.